Hey guys, legal marketing mentor Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about why no matter what a legal marketer says to you, they're probably completely full of crap, right? So, of course, since I do legal marketing, I watch what other people do and I watch what offers they make to people, and because I care about it and because I want to see what other people are doing. And what I see a lot of is this is so common, and I've had it used on me years ago, right? So I'm pretty familiar with what they do, not only because I watch what they do, but also because I fell for it a few times myself, and honestly more than a few times because I've been doing this for 22 years. Practicing a law, running a law practice, right? Being an injury lawyer, running my own firm for about 16 years now. And so here's what they do. They say, if you spent $1 on marketing and we could give you $2 back, how many times would you take that deal? Or if you gave us $1 and we gave you back $4, how many times would you take that deal? And based on simple math, it sounds like a really good deal, right? Wow, like I'm gonna spend $1,000 and they're gonna give me $4,000 back, or I'm gonna give them $10,000 and I'm gonna get $40,000 back. There's a problem with that math though, and almost every marketer who goes to lawyers uses this tactic, right? They tell you, oh, we're going to triple your money or quadruple your money, or even some of them will even say, oh, we're going to get you 1 million leads a month. The problem with that math is, and what none of them know because they're not like us, they're not actual lawyers doing injury work, and this pretty much goes for any lawyer who does contingency work, meaning you get paid at the end of the case. When I spend, let's say, $1,000 on marketing, and my average case is worth, let's say, $5,000. If I spend $1,000 and get $5,000 back, that means I only got one case for $1,000. And I'm here to tell you as a fact that that's not a great deal. $1,000 per case is not a great deal. So if somebody's telling you, we'll give you 4-to-1, 5-to-1, that means you have to go into your pocket and spend the $1,000 to get the $5,000. And here's the bad news. The bad news is, and you already know this, you don't get that $5,000 immediately. It's not like you hand them a check and they hand you a check for $5,000. In exchange for that $1,000 in that case, I mean, you're giving them $1,000, they're giving you a case, right? But the average case takes more than a year to settle. And what other things do you have to invest in that case to turn it into $5,000? Well, you have an office, you have electricity, you have rent to pay, or a mortgage if you own your office, you have staff that you have to pay, and you have this thing called case costs, right? So in some cases, we end up investing hundreds of dollars in medical records, hundreds of dollars in deposition fees, and if you have to take the doctor's deposition to get to the money on an average case, you can have huge amounts of case costs in a case. So you're investing a year or two of your life, you're paying staff, you're paying rent, and all this other stuff in order to get to that $5,000 a year or two later. So it's not like you're giving them $1,000 and you're getting $4 or $5 grand back. You have to do all the work on the case. And guess what? If you or your staff screws up, or it turns out that the case looked good in the beginning and then went bad, because, if you've been doing this at all, you know that there are good cases that get bad cases that get good, and then a lot of cases that look okay and end up okay, right? Well, you don't know what's going to happen early on. So my point is, initially that sounds like a great deal. You get these people who are trying to sell you legal marketing services, and they say, we'll triple your money, we'll quadruple your money, we'll 5x your money, whatever it is. You gotta understand that in the legal practice, you don't get the money back right away, and pretty much all of the responsibility of creating value in that case is on you. It's your responsibility to create value in the case. So it's a sales technique I'm seeing more and more young guys who aren't lawyers, who don't know what they're doing, say to lawyers in their advertising to try and get them to buy, but it's actually a bad deal. The other thing I see them do a lot is say, oh, well, we can generate 100 leads, okay? We can get you 50 leads a month or 60 leads a month. They leave out two, and that sounds exciting, right? Especially if you don't have enough business or you're just starting out. Wow, 50, 60 leads a month. That's amazing. Well, here's a couple of questions you should be asking yourself. The first question is, how much is it going to cost me to get 50 or 60 leads? Because if they're charging you $300 a lead, that's a lot of money. You're paying them a hell of a lot of money for a bunch of leads. And I'll be honest, I'm more interested in how many cases I'm going to get for my dollar investment. I've got another video on that that explains the math of how you need to evaluate this stuff to see whether your marketing techniques or the services you're buying are actually working for you. But that's in another video. The point is, I'm concerned about what is it costing me per case more than I am per lead. I'll tell you a quick story. I tested some television. I was actually dating a woman at the time who sold TV advertising, and I shot a commercial and started doing some of that and ran some ads. You know, obviously small dollar stuff to test, because I always test before you roll out big. That's a good marketing principle. Never just throw a bunch of money at a strategy. Always test to figure out whether it's going to work. Test small and then scale up. Don't go all in on an unproven strategy. So I tested TV, and guess what? Man, my phone did ring. Boy, did I get a lot of phone calls, right? But here's the problem. Not all leads are created equal. So from different sources, depending on where you're advertising, where you're getting the leads from, what your message is, you can end up with 50 or 60 super low quality leads that you overpay for, and which none turn into clients, or they turn into nightmare clients that you don't want anyway. So buyer beware. Listen, anyone can load your firm down with leads. Anyone can load your firm down with leads that don't turn into cases, but that's not what you want. Take it from somebody who's gone through it, and maybe you've gone through it too. The last thing you want in your life is an extra 40 to 60 phone calls, or an extra 100 phone calls of 15, 20, 30 minutes, free consultations with people where you're the sixth person who's talked to them, and everybody else told them they don't have a case. Or a lawyer had the case, is keeping his lien on it, and it's a crappy case, so the lawyer dropped it. So beware of people who make ridiculous promises of 1 million leads, and they don't tell you the price. Or they tell you a real good price. Are they generating garbage leads? I mean, there's ways to generate really, really good leads affordably, but there's also a lot of people out there selling snake oil. So hope this information helped you. The length of the case and the fact that we have to invest our time and our money over the course of a year or two to turn a case into money means, trading dollars for more dollars is a really, really vague analogy that doesn't really describe the situation we're in legal marketing. So just wanted to shoot you a quick one. Thank you for watching. If I can help you, please reach out. I'm happy to talk to you about your situation, or if you'd like a copy of my course that teaches you how to generate your own leads. It's called Quick Facebook Leads for Lawyers Unleashed. I think that's what it's called. Quick Facebook Law Clients Unleashed. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, you can go to my website and get a copy of it, and my website is lawclientsrightnow.com. lawclientsrightnow.com. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.